Hey everyone, in this episode we're going to be doing the exterior insulation for the roofs. So let's get to it. We're here in the baby roof, and the reason we decided to start this roof is because we think we can finish it very quickly. Winter's around the corner and we have a lot of things going on like windows, etc. So we want to have something that we can finish for sure. One thing that's special about this baby roof, besides being easy, is the fact that we have a wall next to it. It's the only one that we have this feature, if you will. So basically what we are doing, we are adding a ledger board, which is technically a 2x6, that we ripped to angle and everything. And then we're putting ledger locks on every stud. These ledger locks are the same size, 5 inches I think, that we used for the main ledger locks that we used for this same roof. So effectively we're just doing an extension of it. This is acting as a perimeter for our sheathing when we install it. Finally, you might notice that we kind of have two kinds of wood. We have LSLs and we have 2x. You can tell by the color. So for anything that's important and needs to look nice, we are doing LSLs. For anything that's going to be inside, covered, etc., we are using 2x. And basically the reason is money. With that, we have a lot of roof to work on, so let's keep going.
Winter is coming and we are taking advantage of this beautiful weather to apply Master Flame on every single extension that we're going to put on the roof. If you're not familiar with this, the roof is one of the most critical aspects when it comes to wildfires. If the roof is gone, pretty much the house is gone.
If you're wondering what's going on with this ridiculous amount of small insulation, that's because this particular roof doesn't have anything behind it. So the reason we're just adding a little bit is because we are protecting the wall, not necessarily the roof. So once we put the panels, we're going to be putting a spray foam so that it fills the cavity, and we will achieve our 4 inches of insulation. I had these massive hopes that we would finish all 3 roofs in this single episode, but I'm starting to realize that it's completely unrealistic what I was thinking. As you can see, we have ice on the floor, and so we might as well finish this episode with this particular roof, and then we'll just take care of the other ones later. I wanted to show you right here, we have our subfascia with the zip sheathing. It actually looks really, really nice. That we learned to do with the glam shed, and we ended up putting LSLs around the perimeter instead of 2x, and that's a new technique. But overall, we're very happy. We did finish this particular roof before winter. But again, because I was hoping that we would finish all 3 roofs in this episode, I left some things out. So I'm just going to talk to you about them now. And then, of course, if you have any questions, make sure to comment down below, because we'll do the other 2 roofs later on next year as soon as the weather gets nicer. So first, see how we have a big stretch right here on all our nail markings. We did the exact same thing up there on the roof for all the nail markings. One thing about zip taping is that it's very important to tape shingle style. So you tape at the very bottom, then you come horizontally, and then so on and so forth. You'll get to see it in the next roofs, but I think it's important to mention it. Now, if you come over here, we're going to actually use this extension as example as to how we are fastening our roof extensions up there. As you can see, we have our spacing. This spacing is about 8 inches. And what I'm doing is we actually have 2 types of screws, and this is a little bit because I'm a little bit cheap. So first, actually, check this out. We are using the Simpson SDWS screws. These are 6 inches. So those guys would be these guys right here. And I've shown them in many episodes before. These screws are incredible. They're amazing. They're very strong. It's very difficult to break them, even with a grinder. I've told you that story before. Anyway, so I highly recommend these screws, except these screws are a little bit more expensive. So imagine doing 8 inches all across the roof. That's maybe hundreds, or if not thousands of screws. So that can be a little bit pricey. So to reduce the cost, we are using GRK screws, these 6-inch screws right here. Let me show you the box actually. Well, you can do it. You can see it right there. RSS structural screws, 5/16 by 6 inch. So they are basically the same length as the Simpson ones, except they're a little bit, I don't know if they're weaker, but they bend a lot more, and that's actually a nice feature. So what we end up doing is we put 1 and 1, 1 and 1. So for example, we do a Simpson, then we do an GRK, Simpson, GRK. So that's the way we've been fastening to the roof. And then these guys go, they have an embedment of more than 2 inches when we put them with our extensions. So I think that gives them super strength up there on the roof. And that's how we are able to achieve our assembly. So anyway, hopefully I'm not too rambly, but just wanted to finish this episode here, and then we'll just do the next ones later. And if you guys have any questions, make sure to ask them, and I'll make sure to cover them on the next video. So I hope you like this short video, and we hope you like, subscribe, and see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.